Hey everybody, the Great Pikmin CX79 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Last time, after heading to our initial, supposed chapter end, turns out we got psyched and, we were led to a whole different area to begin with. So, yeah. And hopefully in this recording session, I'm gonna try to focus on saying that because the whole reason I'm trying to pace myself in this game a little bit is because I want to try to at least clear one chapter per recording session. At the very least, just one. If I'm somehow lucky, or just, if I have extra energy to spare, I could do two, but at most I'm going to try to keep doing it at one. Just so I don't have the eventual case of burning myself out because I try to tackle too many things in a recording session and I'm like, oh no, there's barely any commentary. Yeah. So, yeah, hopefully we're gonna try to get to our next battle destination, which probably might be in the next episode, considering how things may or not happen, but you know, it's just the thing with these Fire Emblem games, is just you think you could be able to do it in one go, and this is like an hour long, or hour and a half long thing, doesn't seem to happen on that much.
In fact,
you know, I used to think there was no reason for us to be at war, but after witnessing the devastation in the Empire, I realized there are some things that cannot be overlooked. We must save the people of this land, even if we resort into combat to do so.
well,
I am certain everyone in the Kingdom Army is fighting with the same conviction.
Well,
The coming battle will be decisive. We face the Lord defending the Empire's western front. Girth, Ox, Gittinger. Then there's Hymir? Yeah, I think it's Hymir, not Hymir. Hymir? I don't know. Then there's Hymir and Isara as well.
what do you think?
No doubt you've heard of some of these houses before. I mean, there's definitely some, yeah.
that reminds
I think we have someone from House Ox a long time ago.
Right.
Yes, that's right. You may also remember Professor Hanneman, who taught in the castle next to ours. He was from House Assad. We have no strong attachment to them. However, some may find it difficult to raise swords against this particular opponent.
Please.
Be mindful of such individuals. Well, it's a good thing he's not a recruitable character, otherwise I would have... I would have absolutely loved for him to be an NPC. Simply because, oh, does Chess have a quest at all? No. Well, fine, I guess I tried. I don't know. But, like, again, it's a Warriors game. They kind of had a bit of water, so now. I am not knowing what has become of them, but I am thinking Bridget will no longer be having a relationship with the Empire in my lifetime. Yeah, you don't need more reason than what's happening around us.
I have this
Yes,
pleasure.
when they are burning their villages and hurting and stealing from their own people, they are not worthy of trusting. I mean, yeah, you don't want to be... You don't want to be companions with those that are just doing absolutely evil and vile things to people.
Come to think of
The
it,
Kingdom and Central Church are carrying out a joint inquiry into the Western Church. They are doing it that way because some suspicious people infiltrated the church itself. Lady Ray will be overseeing the inquiry as well. Once the investigation is complete, a new bishop will be appointed, and the West can begin working towards stability. Still, it makes you wonder how those mages managed to wander away in to begin with. No, it's not a bunch. I'll tell you that much, they're covered.
It's you.
This is unfathomable. There was naught but cruelty and suffering at every turn, albeit to varying degrees. Villages burned to the ground, towns deserted, rampant poverty. I have to wonder what Edelgard thinks of all this. Beats me. We have no way of knowing, so what's the point of trying to figure it out?
I see.
Yes, perhaps you are right. Regardless of our circumstances, there is but one path before us.
Now then.
Take the Imperial capital and end the war. We need only to press onward to achieve that. I walked until I thought my feet were gonna fall off, but this land just stretches on forever. But get this, I heard that if you keep going a little further west, you'll see a gigantic ocean.
Whoa.
I thought the ocean was only to the north and south. You learn something new every day. Buddy, I kinda hate to tell you this, but yeah, something's gonna be so but it's fine. Wait for the north. So yeah, new paralogue. But there's an ocean to the north, north, south, and east, and I guess also to the west, considering the lower, possibly beyond the map at the moment, there might be more ocean. Come on. If it wasn't for the landmass around us, we would be surrounded by it.
Can we talk? The truth of
How
it
many
is,
years has it been since the loss of parents to the epidemic? My siblings and I had no place to go home, nor any food to eat after that. We were all wasting away. There was no one to turn to, and we barely had any money. So I did the things I'm not proud of in order to survive. In that town we passed through a little bit ago, I saw so many kids in the same situation. It made me think about how we have to end this war as quickly as possible.
In truth,
His Majesty's mother passed away shortly after he was born, which meant he had to grow up without a mother's love. That is why he adored Lady Patricia as though she were his real mother. Perhaps I should have never showed him that letter.
Nuh-uh.
You don't have to worry about Dimitri, he's more mature than you think. Besides, the letter would have found its way to him eventually, even if you hadn't given it to him.
yes.
A
I
valid
see.
point. Perhaps you're right. I ask that you continue to support His Majesty as a trusted friend. You got like a... No, I guess you do have an extra dialogue.
That
The
aside,
time is ripe for us to seize the Empire's lands. The enemy will undoubtedly risk life and limb to resist, just as we did 6 months ago. We mustn't forget that we are the invaders this time, trampling through others' lands. It appears that some generals of the Kingdom Army do not trust the Alliance. What about you? Do you have confidence in us as your allies in battle?
Right on.
Yeah, I trust you. Claude's a different story, though. Ha! You are right to be weary of him. I cannot help but feel sorry for you, despite being our ally. That being said, we have not received any duplicitous orders from our Blackguard leader. Of that, I give you my word. If you say so.
Hi there. Oh,
Did you
that's
know that
right.
there's a truly exquisite opera house in the imperial capital of Empire? I went there with my mother and brother a long time ago. Every part of it was beautiful, from the performers to the architecture of the building. I completely lost myself in the opera, and all the pain and sadness I felt just drifted away. I would love to go back and see the opera again. Maybe we should talk to Dorothea about it.
you've got a spring.
Things
in your
have really
step
come
today.
down in the kingdom. It's nice not having to look over our shoulders all the time. I'm relieved this Majesty is able to work things out and that the church is to keep it in order now. I appreciate what they're doing, but I have to admit, it's also kind of scary.
Huh?
What do you mean by scary? You afraid of getting on the bad side?
Nuh-uh.
What? No, that's not it. All I'm saying is that we're trusting them with a lot. How did things get to such an awful point? Where in the world is 80? They say she's interested in that Duke Igo's thing the Empire instead. Okay, so this is still this is still a canon fact at this point. It's okay. But what if 80 is already? No, I don't even want to think about it.
Hello.
My adopted father sent a missive of praise to me of the Alliance's progress. I've already crossed the Aramid River and invaded the Empire territory. Though the Imperial Army has been slow to respond, something is clearly missing their ranks. I'm concerned about Edelgard. Oh, jeez. When you got the Alliance, someone from the Alliance worrying about Edelgard. Makes it really wonder what those essential dark are just up to at this point in time, aside from, you know, controlling Edelgard.
Hey.
You doing alright?
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Just trying to hold back a sigh. Staying quiet is just a step of a wall. Unless you wanted to chat about something. If that's the case, we can talk as long as you want. Maybe that'd be better, honestly.
The thing is,
6 months ago, I wanted to protect everyone from the Imperial invasion. But now we're the ones waiting. I can't help but feel kind of guilty about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel the same way. I just try not to think about it. I don't know how you could just push it from your mind like that. It's amazing.
Let's give it our all.
I cannot ever let anything get to me. I'm going to do my best to follow your example.
Seriously.
So, Balthus, what were you doing cozying up to the Empire? Did they pay you that well?
right.
Pretty much. Till a few months ago, I was practically living in the lap of luxury. You picked a bad time to defect, then. I suppose you like taking orders from a sniveling lowlife.
I don't know.
You're really gonna go there, huh? Oh, I guess you know all about taking orders from lowlives. I do a fighting alongside those chumps from House of Bone and Orion Road. As if I went back to my choice. A stable's menu pit would be 1,000 times more preferable. You still got a mouth on you, that's for sure. But you know, it's oddly comforting. Right back at you. I believe it's still the same old meathead. Us mercenaries can always choose who we fight. But if I have to kill someone, I'd rather they be bad guys, like the Empire. How about you? Yeah, I'll take them over fighting the good guys any day, no question.
Alright.
Let's put as many of them in the ground as we can and restore peace to the world. I'm guessing the other option would get resident support, which, you know, I guess would have been fine.
Greetings, friend. Nothing
Greetings, Commander! Nothing to report. Well, actually, there's loads to report. Nothing inside the base. The Imperial territories are in complete chaos. My family lives in Emblem, and I'm just worried sick about them. Poor gatekeeper.
I wish to
I
speak
received word that a suspicious character named Meissen was among those colluding with the Western Church. This person reportedly wields a power similar to your own. Do you have any idea who they are?
Nuh-uh.
Not a clue, but I wouldn't remember even if there was some connection. My apologies, I did not intend to upset you. The Archbishop is concerned about this individual as well.
That is all.
Please understand that I was compelled to ask because of my position. However, I do trust you. I heard you were going to start attacking the Empire a bunch! Have you lost your mind? How could this be happening? I don't want to die!
Yeah,
It's like,
I don't know.
oh, what's that thing? You can't do things by halves. If we back down now, the Empire would take the opportunity to counterattack. You have a point. I guess we don't really have a choice, do we? Looks like we don't have a choice. Don't ban that now.
How are you?
My father's finally returned. He may have relinquished his position as Duke, but he's still running himself ragged. Not that I have anyone to talk, since I'm always away fighting on front lines. I really should go back home and see how my family's doing once in a while. Right, at least it's giving it a start.
What could it be? The story
The
goes...
situation being what it is, my father has presented me with many marriage proposals lately. However, that also means House Galatea's finances won't be improving anytime soon. I have no idea what I should do after the war is over. No, I can't think about this right now. I need to focus on the battle before us.
Greetings.
Shortly before the tragedy of Duskos shook the kingdom, another major battle took place in the western part of the Empire. The Imperial army was on one side of the conflict, of course, but can you guess who they were up against?
Let's see.
Judging from your tone, it has to be someone unexpected, like an enemy invasion from overseas.
Amazing.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Actually,
The Allied forces of Dagda and Britain defeated Southwest Foldon from far across the sea. The Empire barely managed to repel them. Dagda was defeated and Britain fell under Imperial rule. We're headed to the exact location of that fierce battle. Help yourself to whatever's advantage. Go on, treat everyone to a meal.
hunger is the true enemy.
I don't have to waste ingredients because of an earlier order. Huzzah!
Wow!
Not a fan of Fargus cuisine? I think it's fine enough myself.
Wow! That hit the spot! I'm so glad we're friends!
Wait, for me? This is the best! Let's eat!
I hardly deserve all this trouble. I'll make sure to return the favor.
Who you eat with is more important than how the food tastes anyway.
I made a mistake trying to do a Fire Emblem recording before even having dinner. Now my stomach is craving food at the moment. It's like,
I've got nothing.
You shouldn't be troubled by such menial tasks as these, Your Majesty. I suggest you rest instead.
Work like this will help me stay sharp when I need it most. Besides, you're here to help lighten my burden. A fine effort. I couldn't have done it without you by my side, Rodrigue.
There's no need for flattery, Your Majesty. We both know you helped me more than the reverse.
Not gonna stop now!
Hey, Rodrigue. You got a sec?
What's the matter? You look troubled.
Well, we ended up spending most of this winter out on the battlefield. So I was thinking if we put an end to the war before next winter rolls around, maybe we could all go back north and...
And? Speak plainly.
I want to have a snowball fight.
I mean, hey, fair's fair.
Dimitri said that's how all the kids in Fargus play during the winter. Figure it would be good to try at least once now that I'm living here in the kingdom.
Ha ha ha! Yes, a fine idea. The sport's rather profound, if I do say so myself. Dividing into factions and formulating strategies makes it just as much a battle of minds as it does one of hurled snow.
Hold on, strategy? This sounds kinda intense for a kid's game.
It is. When we were still in the throes of our youth, Lambert, Matthias, and I faced off in such a contest. With our squires in tow, we traveled to the northern mountains to do battle.
Hey, that sounds like fun. So what happened?
I was the first to fall. I hid in the shadows, biding my time and observing the enemy's movements until the moment was right to strike. And yet, such an opportunity never came. While his subordinates fought freely in the open, His Majesty launched a surprise attack on my position. Unfortunately, my men and I were unable to land even a single blow on him. Our defeat was a matter of course.
Now I know where Dimitri gets his tendency to rush into battle alone. Like father, like son, huh?
Yeah.
Indeed. Still, it's difficult to feel wronged when you've been defeated in such a swift and skillful manner. My downfall left only Lambert and the Margrave, a man notorious for his rotten character even as a child. His strategy was not to attack outright, but to prepare an ambush for His Majesty in one of the more densely wooded groves.
Seriously? All that for just a snowball fight? No wonder Sylvain is so cunning. Anyway, what happened next?
We were all familiar with Matthias's ignoble tactics, so His Majesty was careful to avoid the cowardly ambush which had been laid for him. At last, just as the opposing generals were staring each other down, Gunnar, the current Count Galatea and noble, many years our senior, emerged from the wood to put a stop to it. In the end, our final showdown that day was between his hands and the scruffs of our necks, all while our ears rang with his dire warnings about the mountains.
That sounds like Ingrid's dad, all right. Guess that means nobody won, huh?
Yes, the story dates back several decades, but I still remember it as if we were trudging through the snow only yesterday. Say, if you do end up mustering an army for one of these snowball battles, I would be honored to observe, should you have me.
Actually,
Why don't you join us? As one of the combatants, I mean. I'm sure Dimitri and the Margrave won't mind. You won't be facing the same opponents, but maybe then you'll finally settle the score. For old time's sake.
A sound point. Very well. I'd be thrilled to partake when the time comes. You know, of late I've been dreading the coming winter, but now I feel I may actually look forward to it.
the things with those things we discussed in detail log in these simple conversations this way.
Oh, hello. Are you on your way to get something to eat?
Marianne, please don't make it any worse. I'm actually kind of hungry over here.
Yeah, you?
I am. Shall we go together then?
Sure thing. I wonder what they've cooked up for us today.
I wonder what's for dinner.
That was satisfying. Pretty nice getting such tasty meals all the time, huh?
I agree. The meal was lovely.
You didn't finish your meat again. It's kind of a waste, you know.
I ate a lot of the vegetables, so you can have it.
Hey, if you're offering... Wait a minute. Haven't we had this conversation before?
I'm having some serious deja vu here.
I think we have.
Did something happen to you, Marianne? You seem more relaxed today. In a good way, of course.
Oh no, nothing in particular. But I made a decision. I'm not going to worry about whether I bring misfortune to others or not. I've been a part of this army for a while now, and I've worked closely with everyone in it, and nothing terrible has happened to anyone as a result of being around me.
Well, of course nothing bad's happened.
I'm still a bit anxious about everything, but I decided to adopt a more easygoing attitude. I'd like to emulate you and your nonchalant demeanor. How you can just move through the world without a care.
You're making me sound kind of irresponsible. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I say if you want to talk to people, then talk to them. If you want to be alone, then do that. I really think it's best to just be yourself. Don't force anything.
Yes, I think so too. But I fear my adoptive father might chastise me again if I say that to him.
I mean, on one hand, I could possibly see it happening, but on the other hand, life's kind of weird, and you never know if people might be surprised by you just being more open and stuff. I don't know.
I'm not so sure about that. I think he'd acknowledge how far you've come if he saw you now.
You really think so?
You might not have noticed, but you're a lot different than you used to be. You're definitely somewhat sociable. More so, even.
I just hope that's good enough for him.
I'd like to think it will be. Well, I mean, I guess I don't really know what kind of guy your father is.
Sometimes I think you say whatever pops into your head without thinking. I suppose that's what I like about you, isn't it? I can already tell I'm going to learn a lot from you.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm just a fucking meatball kind of gal. I cannot deepen my bonds during this chapter. I wonder why.
Ah, Your Majesty. Tending to your weapon, I see. My apologies for interrupting you.
It's all right. I just finished. Is there something you need, Rodrigue?
Yes, in fact. I received this from Matthias when I was in Gautier territory the other day.
From the Margrave? But this sword is...
It's just a PNG. I know, it's strange.
He said he borrowed it from Lambert years ago, and had long since forgotten about it. What sort of laggard keeps a loan so long he has to return it to the lender's son? 30 years.
That would have been around the time you all attended the Officers' Academy together, correct? Would you mind telling me the story of this sword?
It started when our class was given a mission to eradicate a bandit encampment. Foolish as I was at the time, I dashed in ahead of the others, leaving me and my entire unit stranded behind enemy lines. Apparently, your father and Matthias started arguing about whether or not it was worth coming to save me. Broke out into a full-on fist fight before long.
That's a surprise. I wouldn't have expected that of my father, much less the Margrave.
Well, they were both pretty feisty in their day. Neither of them wanted to back down, I'm sure. On one hand, you had Matthias, insisting they wait for aid from the church. Supplies were running low, so charging in could have gotten everyone killed. On the other, Lambert was so determined to come to our rescue, he'd have gone all by himself if he had to. No idea whose plan won in the end, sadly. All I know is they fought their way through the enemy lines together. And lucky for me, they found us before the bandits did.
So, my father tended to charge in recklessly as well. Or perhaps he was just naive in his youth.
Story goes, Matthias's lance broke while they were fighting their way toward us. So Lambert lent him this sword. As he was giving it to me, he couldn't help but laugh about how it slipped his mind for all these years.
Considering what I know of the Margrave, I have my doubts that he actually forgot it at all.
You're probably right. This is just my opinion, but I don't think he ever really managed to accept Lambert's death until you ascended the throne.
Perhaps. In any case, please tell him I've received it. And thank you for relaying that story to me. It seems even in his youth, my father was willing to do whatever it took to see those close to him safe. Yet here I've gone and started a war, knowing full well it will hurt those I care about most. He'd likely call me a fool if he were here today.
I'm not so sure about that. Yes, he did treasure his friends, but I don't think he would have been too keen on abandoning the church either, considering all they've done to protect the people of Fargus.
Rodrigue, you knew my father well. Could I ask you to do something for me? If I ever attempt anything that would bring shame to his name, please.
Say no more. I'll stop you, even if I have to lay down my life to do it. I already promised him the same thing, actually.
You have my deepest thanks.
Me! Teach me how to cook next.
All right. I will teach you a special recipe that is certain to delight everyone back at the church.
His Majesty is looking for you, Mercedes.
Goodness, whatever was that about?
My apologies. I have a tendency to frighten animals and children. Perhaps it's my imposing stature. Or perhaps it's because I'm from Dusker.
I doubt animals know anything about the tragedy of Dusker, Dedu. Still, I think I may know how to solve this little problem of yours.
Oh?
You see, many of the children here have lost homes and families. They tend to be a fearful bunch, and as a large man who is also unnaturally quiet, You cut a doubly scary figure. So all we have to do is show them how not scary you are.
And how do we do that?
Come back tomorrow. I'll have it all worked out by then.
Very well. Done. Here's your flower crown.
Wow, mister. You're just as amazing as Miss Mercedes.
Yeah, this is the prettiest flower crown I've ever seen.
It's like an actual royal crown. Well, make one for me. Please, please, please.
I could. Though it would be better to learn how to make your own.
Oh, but my crowns always look all... blech.
Anyone can do it with enough practice. Well, perhaps not anyone. But if you find it difficult, you can always ask a friend for help.
Fine, I'll try. So how do I start?
Twist the stem there and wrap it once, but gently.
Well, how did it go? They certainly looked at ease around you.
They were indeed, and I owe it all to you.
All I did was brag to them about the magnificent flower crown you made for me.
How very clever.
Oh, please, I barely did a thing. It was your kindness that won them over.
You are the kind one, Mercedes. Thank you.
Miss Mercedes! Mr. Dedu! Look how far I am.
Oh, that's wonderful. Might you teach me how to make one as well, Mr. Dedu?
Oh my god.
It would be my pleasure, Miss Mercedes.
Just being a one-off in this whole conversation, that was really awesome. Despite the whole line of from Mercedes being a little cheesy at the end. Oh right, I can't forgo for a moment.
You have something to say, or do you just like staring at me?
I was about to say, we're talking with this again.
Merely thinking about your brother, that's all. I only caught a glimpse of him at Aryan Road, but he was nothing like what the rumors suggested.
You mean the ones about the eldest son of a noble family falling from grace? Taking up a life of banditry and wanton destruction?
The very same. They say he was a foul knave who stole not to survive, but because he took such great pleasure from the act. Still, I suppose one shouldn't take such rumors at face value.
Actually, there's a fair amount of truth to what they say. At least there was, up until 2 years ago. Yet still, His Majesty thought it was wise to recruit him to our side, and somehow managed to do just that.
Yes, I hear he wooed your brother with the chance to demonstrate how the Crestless can still make something of themselves. His honeyed words drew him in, at which point he began to play the man's inferiority complex like a mandolin.
Seems like you're more cunning than I realized. You really have eyes and ears everywhere, huh?
You're one to talk of cunning, springing as you do from the loins of Margrave Gautier himself. I know you've been keeping tabs on my every move.
What?
In my line of work, one learns to pick up on hostile presences rather quickly. From the day we met, you've been waiting for me to take one wrong step so you can cut me down. I'd heard the heir of House Gautier was nothing more than a base philanderer. But it seems that rumor isn't completely true either. Just look at you. Having the gall to call me out while you hide behind the murderous grin plastered on your face. I know you've killed without hesitation.
Hey, we've all made mistakes. There's no need to rehash the past. And what's this murderous grin you're talking about? What would that even look like?
The fact you weren't conscious of it makes you all the more dangerous. Unless that pained grimace just now was also part of your act. Regardless, that crest-bearing fool nickname you picked up seems woefully inappropriate for one of your caliber. It's clear you inherited your father's cunning, and then some.
I'm not sure whether to take that as a compliment or just start sobbing.
The former. There aren't many in Fodling capable of winning my true respect. For my part, I'll watch where I step, lest I end up with one of your blades lodged in my back.
Okay. Toward. Well, to battle. You know. Choose whatever. These levels keep increasing. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. As I just focus on doing like nothing but training. I think most of my other units are just gonna be like left behind. Yeah, I think we're stuff from here. Stronger being used by the Imperial Army, those provided forces have been discovered. These are for the kingdom. For the kingdom! Getting control of all strongholds. There's only gonna be like 1 or 2 that needs to be captured, and then the game is gonna be like, oh, well done, you've done the thing necessary in order to do more things. You could proceed onward to the end of the battles.
For House Fraldarius.
Let's earn our keep.
That's probably what it's gonna be.
Ready yourselves.
Just gonna say somehow.
We march.
No, the East business. So much work. And one up before the main mission even started. Doesn't matter because
Don't mind if I do.
I don't mind if you that Captain a little too soon. Oh, okay. No time to question, let's go. Gotta go fast.
The stronghold's ours.
Gotta capture them all, speed of light.
I don't know how long I can hold out. Help me, please.
You can go away now. And capture the strongholds. And there we go.
This won't be a problem anymore.
Yep.
Still
There we
improving.
go.
Fine work indeed. I can see why His Majesty has placed his trust in you.
Don't mind if I do. It's done.
Hello, Ladislava, again.
Imperial General Ladislava is here to fight.
I wouldn't say that for long about you. Just saying, we wouldn't say that for long, because, one, I'm here. Second of all, you died real quick from that.
A win's a win.
And I'll fast forward for the rest of this, because it barely even matters in the long run. I wouldn't still probably be like cutting these out in the long run, to be honest, but Otherwise, I'll probably still just stay there for like a long while just so I can kill more enemies. Hello.
I see.
I mean, hopefully it'd be perfectly fine either way. You're looking curious to sell. First name sees a new Veil territory. Where's Constance where you need it? Are gathering to oppose the kingdom. They must be crushed. If only Constance was here. Defeat 500 enemies. Well, I guess this enemy can even as an enemy, so hey, it works.
The fight starts now.
How did you get to kill an extra 100 for the S rank thing, but we'll see.
Let us show them the might of the greatest soldiers Vargas has to offer.
I'm all warmed up and ready to fight.
Yep. 500 enemies. I guess while we go ahead and slaughter these enemies for, you know, the main mission at hand here, I guess in terms of just, like, not just of actual videos for me in particular, but mostly when it comes to like watching other videos on YouTube, dude. I probably feel like I'm probably the only one who's done this in a while, probably because it came to mind. But there's a lot of videos I've been meaning to watch. There's like a lot of channels I don't really kind of watch often. So like I try to make like separate watch later playlists for a variety of game series. And if not those in particular, it's like a playlist of specifically videos from a person on of a person's YouTube channel. So I like if they've uploaded the video there, I could just transfer the video from my watch later list to that playlist in particular because
I know you can do better than that.
unless YouTube actually increases the limit size of those the watch later playlist, or it's like the amount of videos playlists can have in general. It's method is kind of worked around to that, I guess.
This place won't be a problem
It's not really
anymore.
too. Sure, I mean, it does get kind of crazy when you're just trying to find the one particular video to look forward to.
We can ill afford defeat here.
To look for and just watch, but okay, kind of up to me. But and that's sort of been the thing I've been doing for with my YouTube playlist in a nutshell. Of course, nobody will be able to see them because they're all super private, but you know, just figure that if it'll help me pass time when doing videos or whatnot, or just if I'm ever trying to do something and just trying to pass the time,
looks like you got one tough fight on
I'll be able to just have a playlist up in the background to basically, you know, pass the time in a way.
My accomplishments won't mean a thing if I'm not still standing when the battle's over.
Well,
Impressive. You and I need to cross swords for real sometime.
Let's carve a swath through the battlefield.
I was considering longer existed, to be honest.
Looks like you got one tough fight on your hands.
Good lord. Yep.
Don't mind if I do.
We'll give it a shot.
Out of the way.
What in the world are you doing? Oh. I did not see any boulders. What are you doing? Game, what are you doing? You are really fine.
Allow me.
Heal. Heal.
How can I face my comrades after this?
I do this too, just probably for damage purposes.
You're done. Stand back. Still improving. Let's play a game. You're mine. Take a breather. Nice. But I know you can do better than that.
I say to myself, and myself in particular. Oh, that. I think she was talking to Cessna earlier, and like some small conversation, but who knows? Not paying that much attention. Anyway, this guy's prepared now.
Still in the fight.
There we go.
I'll leave the cheering to the others.
Okay, Shamir. Also, who's thinking boulders? Who's doing that? I don't know what I'm saying, but clearly the person throwing it should be dead, long dead, or just running away at this point. I don't know. Yeah. And she's nowhere closer.
Would you mind listening to my idea?
No.
Hey!
Let's go with Ash. As you do. Free setting spotted.
What you think?
May I have a
I need inspiration for my next play. Decided for a Horned Pegasus to do it. Fears and fights of Photon. Okay. First time I've seen that survey condition. Lost contact with the Vanguard, located the damage is possible, preventable. Impreventable? And preventive of causing further harm. I was read that for words, it's just like something that's preventable, but it's like this is like further tense, I guess. Future tense? So like that wouldn't match at all.
Fail. Let's crush their formation.
Don't push yourself too hard, okay?
Well, I fought one of them.
So this is defeat. I'm sorry.
Well, there's one over there too. Who's even coming? Shit, I was about to say, where are you going? Where are you going, bud?
I'm sorry. We weren't strong enough.
Jump!
Okay, let's go.
You know what they say about playing with fire.
Stay sharp. Keep those eyes and ears open.
I don't think so.
Shall we?
Mercedes, what are you doing?
Let's give it a shot.
I'll do what I can.
What are you guys
It's worth a
doing?
shot.
Let's begin.
Can't believe you don't want to fight. Come on, guys. I barely like recognize you, but come on. You gotta be a little better than that.
The stronghold's ours.
I'll do what
Where
I
did they
can.
come from? But I don't know where you did. Well, you probably spawned in. It's just what's the story version? Give it these enemies. The game just allows to make me away of them, like
I'm glad we can
whenever they
rely
just.
on you.
Oh, see about my units eventually. Yes.
Run for your lives!
Alright, now it's the next one mission. Just protect them.
I need to be stronger, faster.
I would try to mimic the song that's okay. That's another NPC.
I don't know how long I can hold out. Help me, please.
I'll tear them apart.
Yup. Alright, there we go. My presence here was no longer necessary. Back to the action tank. Woohoo! A whole freaking paladin. Joy. Yup.
We'll have to take things from here.
Jump. These visual space here. God, I can't tell all these guys in my way.
But I gotta fall back.
My accomplishments won't mean a thing if I'm not still standing when the battle's over.
I have to admit,
Lions being
you're
that
strong.
guy, cool.
Guess I'll be stealing some of those moves after all.
Tish. The same for you, Felix. You can't even change class into mine to begin with. And we're done.
And now, our next task begins.
Whatever that may be. Woo! Lots of things. Whoosh. I'm back over here now.
Right.
I've clicked the plenty of information. I do hope that you find it useful.
Well,
The enemy's formation is rock solid. We may need to attack from the rear. Disruption. Alright, this we should be able to open up this. I don't know, like, there's gonna be a whole lot of other things to do before we actually do that mission in particular, but I think I might stop myself and have a little bit of a actual food break before I go back to doing more of this. An Imperial convoy is attempting to rendezvous with an unidentified of supplies, which never happens. Never happens. Same thing, just different wording. Reach Forge Knights, missing every time living expires.
Everyone ready? Let's get to work.
Okay, we got 10 minutes to do so.
We can win this.
Which is quite a bit of time, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest. How dare you dodge?
Let's get this operation underway, shall we?
Please.
You go and feed that one. I'll have you go all the way up there for this.
Let me show you how.
Let's get this operation underway, shall we?
And you go take that one.
A taste more bitter than black as coffee.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. And
All would be lost if I were to die here.
yep, pop.
Please find it in your heart to help me.
Just kill enemies.
I'll lend you my strength.
Yep, okay. This is fine.
You know what they say about playing with fire.
You won't lose, no matter what.
Lots of any skill. Pop.
You're the ace up our sleeve.
Sure, thank you, Yui.
All would be lost if I were to die here.
Kill Kango birds. Jesus Christ! But these reinforcements stop.
So this is defeat. I'm sorry.
It's unable, so I don't need to worry about that.
My accomplishments won't mean a thing.
You're not able. You're the one who's able. You're unable to see objective.
You and I need to cross swords for real sometime.
I'm all right.
Okay, there's a side mission.
Thank you. I'll repay you somehow.
Yep.
Too easy.
I'll not falter.
Your fortitude encourages me.
Okay, there we go. Down up here.
We won't lose, no matter what.
I was about to just plain run into a wall. Go ahead and just go. What do you mean? Maybe has more was it being literally? I'm low in health. Help me, then, Catherine and Yui. Oh, what the fuck? Game. I'm having trust is what you define as troublesome. Especially because I can do this. Especially because I can just do it again. And there we go. Problem solved.
A win's a win. Looks like...